Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel on this rainy day that it has been today. Like overly rainy all day. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're doing well and having a great one. Hopefully a lot sunnier than it is right now because it's been perfect weather, but now it's going down the drain. Literally.
Please clap.
Today we're going to listen to the band Agent Fresco. We're going to listen to this track, Dark Water. This is off of their album, Destrier, released in 2015. And I hope I pronounced that correctly. We're listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Dustin. Thank you so much for the support. I really, really appreciate that. And thank you for the recommendation as well. I've never heard of Agent Fresco, but can I tell you that looking at the title track of Dark Water makes me think of it. If you're a 90s kid, you may remember, I think it was called Pirates of the Dark Water. Do you guys remember? Go look at it. I haven't thought about this show in so long. Pirates of the Dark Water. This was a cool cartoon. Who remembers this? I can't play this whole thing. This was classic cartoon.
A young prince can stop it by finding the lost 13 treasures of rule.
I remember there was like, I remember this episode because she was like a princess and he was kind of like falling for her and then she like got melted, or I can't remember exactly the plot, but that was a classic show. I'm going to have to look that up later where I can watch that. Okay, let's listen to the song. We'll discuss it after. I'm sorry. I actually really made me think about that. Oh, there's so many 90s cartoons that I haven't thought about in years. SWAT Cats. Let's go. The stopping starting with that.
We hold by skinny hands, swaying to one body just till weary wintry lands, where branch collapse, arise and fill. Our sighs fly high above the sea, these salty lakes and pelted for the weak. We no longer let us know.
I love the piano drum combination there. Hey. It's like Leprous. That's so groovy.
With every breath, we've bathed our eyes on darkest shores, cool place with lakes of death, washes over us once more. Our sighs fly high above the sea, these salty lakes are pelted for the weak. We no longer let.
That's some great cymbal work on the sides. His vocal delivery is really, really nice. That is cool. And that was a great show. They just keep hitting you.
Let the worst of us collide. So linger.
Okay. The first thing I'm doing as I'm listening to this, besides just absolutely enjoying that, is I'm looking here in the personnel list because this sounds like Leprous to me, and I'm looking to see if this is a side project of Einar or like anyone else. But no, as far as I know, no. This is the only highlighted name, but no, nothing about Leprous there. Okay. I know not everybody likes everything. Cool. This is such a cool sound to me, and sometimes like. All right, like outside of the channel, when I go like on a bike ride, when I go and take a bike ride, which is almost every day, I literally select a random album from Spotify, whether it's from my recommendeds or just going through Rate Your Music, and I find a random album. I don't really care the genre, and I listen to it. So I've been listening to like a lot of rap specifically, but I've been looking for more like metal. So I've listened to like the new Revocation album and like things like that. But I keep on looking for like just a good rock album, right? And I've kind of revisited and kind of gone back and listened to some Avenged Sevenfold. I'm just giving you guys background stuff like that. This is like what I would love to listen to the new Deftones. Oh, that's great! The final track on that, Jaybird and I, we were talking about that one. That's a classic amongst their discography. But this like is the kind of stuff I would love to like discover and put on when I'm riding my bike. It's exciting. It's fun, it's melodic, it's interesting, it's progressive, and all of this is wrapped up into a 3-minute and 38-second song. The piano is wonderful. The drums, specifically the hi-hat work on the sides, you can hear him working that very well. Not just the hi-hat down here, but he's clearly also working some opposite cymbals and kind of dancing and skittering off of those. The vocals, are fantastic. Dan Arneson on the vocals there. Drums by, I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce this name. I'm not going to try because I don't want to butcher it. But the drums are fantastic. So groovy. And I love the stop-start nature of the melody and the onslaught of music, right? The guitar crunching it up, bringing the rock. A nice, heavy, and yet so melodic, bouncy riff to play off of. And then in the space of that, bringing in the piano to kind of give you like this really nice enrichment. And I love how the piano continues on throughout this track. I'm not going to lie, I can't pronounce that name either, but the piano is really, really nice. The piano is great. And kind of, to me, like a star in this track. And if you guys have been watching my JP Faves series that I started a couple weeks ago, I just featured a band called Adagio and their song The Perfect Violin, or The Stringless Violin, rather. And one of the standouts in that track, to me, is when the music just stops and there's a piano break in there. It's a very specific kind of classically inspired piano break that I love. And so, Dustin, did you watch that video? Because, Dustin, if you watched that video and you knew I love that piano break, then I don't know if you did, but it would make sense if you followed this up with this recommendation because the piano in here is playing kind of similar, and I loved how it's done in that song, hence why I featured it in my favorites. And they did it fantastically here. That was really, really wonderful. You still have some bits of that electronic bass that come in. It feels like perhaps there's a little bit of sequencer in here as well. This is just a really cool track, and there's excitement around every corner of it. So, like from the beginning, it went to the next song. All right. Six seconds. I do it occasionally, but I show you sometimes in like 5 seconds. Here, 6 seconds. You get a lot already. You're already getting a taste of piano. You already get that fun, crunchy bass or bouncy riff from the guitar. And then you get that a little hint of that break in between with piano and drums playing off of each other really, really nicely, bringing that melody and that lightness to the heavy nature of the guitar previous. And then, of course, back and forth. And like every moment in here, you could slice every single piece of this loaf and you can get something out of it. See that electronically influenced bass right there? And fantastic singing. And then moving on the breakdown. That's good. And the way it hops back and shifts back into that riff after the break, or the bridge rather. This is really cool. So this band has no relation to Leprous. We hold by skinny hands, trying to warm what age has chilled. weary wintry lands where breaths collapse, arise, and thrill. Our sighs fly high above, the sea leaves salty licks and pale lips for the weak. We no longer let us love. Be the end of heartache. What are we, kill switch engage? Build the end of heartache, be the ember anew us. This dark water drags us together. Hope cracks with every breath. We've bathed our eyes on darkest shores. Crude waves with lengths of death washes over us once more. All right, so it's dark water. It's could be, of course, just literally being on a boat in a perilous journey. There's a storm brewing. You're in dark waters, but amongst these disastrous kind of not consequences, but situations that we find ourselves in, maybe that will draw us all closer together in a greater way. So linger, let the worst of us collide. So linger, be the ember anew us. This dark water drags us together, right? Be the ember, be the hope when the dark water is surrounding you. Be the ember, be that flame. I'm just a little curious about something, if you don't mind. I'm looking up something. They played the whole album live. I'm not watching the whole video because I don't want to get... Oh, they got the orchestra back there. Do they play on this song? That is wonderful. Can I just say that it was like in another life. I wish if life had taken a slightly different course, I would have loved to have been like a professional drummer in a band. I'm just saying. Right now, I don't even have my electronic drum set set up. It is in the garage right now and not set up whatsoever. That's my dream, to like one day to have like a drum set and be able to record something. That's a killer track. That is really, really good. Let me know what you guys thought of it, of course, in the comments down below. I appreciate you all watching. Thank you so much, Dustin, for the recommendation and for a suggestion. That's a really great song. Agent Fresco. Funny name. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all later. Bye.